welcome to another video. I hope you are all very well. Hope you're sitting comfy. Welcome back to another unnamed prep series episode. We are officially 14 weeks out, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the footage that you're actually seeing is actually from one of my clients, Joe's home gym, which was actually pretty fucking sick. Obviously I've seen it in check-in videos and stuff like that, but actually to see it in person and just see what he's fucking with is yeah, was a pretty cool experience. We also ran through a few things as well, made some adjustments to his machines, just made sure that everything's running tickety-boo with his program, and also it was very cool to see him. So yeah, that's what we basically did at the weekend. In terms of where I'm at physique-wise, yeah, another new low this morning, so I've actually had like 3 new lows in a row. So I was 80.9, I was then 80.5, then 80.4. So things are moving very nicely. The end physique shots that you're seeing at the back end of this this vlog was actually at 80.9, and I'm actually like 0.5 of a kilo lighter today than I was then, and I feel significantly leaner than I was at the weekend. So that's a really cool situation to be in, if I'm honest. Is that I'm happy with the look. Scale is coming down very nicely. Training performance is in a fucking excellent spot right now. Le Coach actually just opened. It was kind of open like last week, but now it's actually like officially open. So last week it was kind of like a soft launch for members only, and then this week it was actually open to public. And my lord, number one, that's a fucking awesome gym, so if you're in the Cambridge area, go and see it. But number two, it's just like the training environment is just so fucking cool, and also the training, the bits of kit there are just absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, that's where we're training essentially. We're gonna have a couple of days at Kratos just because it's there, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, the main bulk of my training is actually going to be out of the coach, which is cool. Again, the environment is just fucking sick. Everyone is very welcoming, and it's just a place that I need to be in prep. I don't want to be in an environment where potentially it's not productive for being in a fat loss phase. And I think I pretty much did the whole of my prep out of the coach last time, and obviously I'm looking to replicate that now. But yeah, I can't be in like a commercial gym or something like this. It just kills me. So yeah, I'm just gonna put myself in an environment to grow, and both the coach and Kratos obviously provide that. So yeah, that's quite important. Obviously, if you are in prep, just to put yourself in a position for maximum anabolism, right? Because essentially, yeah, it does get hard, 100%. Admittedly, like I think that a lot of people think that the prep is easy. It's definitely not, and obviously you just want to give yourself every opportunity to be to kind of retain as much tissue as possible right on the way down, and that includes taking yourself to gyms like that. That includes making sure that obviously meals are packed out. You just want to make it as easy for yourself as possible to retain as much muscle mass as possible. So yeah, environment is everything. So in terms of nutrition, everything's going tickety-boo. We did go up to Liverpool at the weekend. So food was like not necessarily my usual, but it wasn't like too far estranged from what I normally have. I think with the exception with the Nando's at the weekend, we were pretty much on track. Obviously that was in my calories. It's just that obviously it wasn't normally my meal 2, for example. But apart from that, yeah, everything was pretty good from a nutritional standpoint. Appetite's in a pretty good spot. Like when I'm eating my normal food, prep's really easy. It's when I go to, say for example, I have a Nando's. Yes, I'm playing towards like more the kind of palatable side of things, but I'm also potentially like just feeling a little bit hungrier, a little bit more preppy, right? And as I said previously, before this, it's kind of like you just want to make prep as easy for yourself as possible, and that could be like just eating like square meals, right? Eating your meals, just making sure you're satiated, and again, training in different like the best environments in the world, right? So yeah, that's that. In terms of life stress, it got a little bit higher kind of towards the front end of the week, but it did actually drop off quite nicely, and that actually kind of tied in with scale weight. We won't go into reasons why I was stressed. It's just the simple standpoint of life is stressful sometimes, right? And admittedly, even I get stressed, right? So yeah, you just have to look at the correlation between why scale weight potentially up, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like dropped way down. It's because, well, maybe I had some stress here, and then it's just dropped as stress has dropped off. So yeah, that was pretty cool to see, and it kind of like flushed away like a new look as well in terms of my physique, which was nice. I'm very happy with my physique at the minute as well, which is obviously a good point to be in prep. It's like appetite's in a great space, training is in a great space, and I'm actually quite happy with my physique. I'd actually happily just sit here for good. Obviously with like food being elevated and obviously being in a kind of maintenance phase, I'd actually happily sit 80 to 82 kilograms, to be honest. That's kind of where I'd like to be. But obviously, yeah, like being up for me is quite hard, and obviously being down past this is obviously going to be a little bit harder. But right now, we'll take everything prep's given me, which is good vibes, good vibes. Sleep's in a good spot. And apart from that, just generally happy with where I'm at 14 weeks out. I'm in a great position. Rate of loss is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just generally in a good position. Long may it continue. I'm definitely in the honeymoon prep, like honeymoon phase of prep where everything's all singing, all dancing. Give it a couple of weeks potentially and things might be a little skewed. And I kind of mentioned like a few vlogs back about like training just being a little bit like harder to get into. And honestly, just taking myself to different environments has really reignited that like spark and that little bit of energy, which is fucking good. So yeah, very happy with where things are at. Kind of pulled myself out of a little hole, which is good. And yeah, just generally in a good spot. Anyway, I'll leave this there. Hope you're well, and yeah, I'll speak to you all very, very soon for week number 13. 13 weeks out vlog. So yeah, weeks are flying by.